Hi, and welcome friends to tonight's beer review. My goodness, you don't even realize how many beer reviews I've done already. I should really start keeping track, make sure, I go and do a special one for my 100th review. Hopefully I'll have a job by then so I can afford a special one. But anyways, tonight's beer review is Hop Juice Double India Pale Ale from the Left Coast Brewing Company of San Clemente, California. I know some of you watching here, that's your stomping grounds. So I'm going to be reviewing this today. Let me go and read the back off. At Left Coast Brewing Company, we pride ourselves on being one of the pioneers of double IPA style craft brew. This hop monster uses premium American 2-row and a touch of light crystal malt to create a solid malt foundation. 5 different hop varieties are used in the hop juice. It spends 2 weeks dry hopping in the fermenter, contributing to its great hop aroma. It starts out sweet and finishes with the crisp bitterness of a double IPA. Double IPA, double IPA. This drinkable blend will have you hopping till the night's end. It is approximately 9.7 alcohol percent by volume and has massive IBUs. So this is one of the early ones. I'm not sure when, but it was one of the first, double imperial India Pale Ales. And unfortunately, it's not dated. This company doesn't date theirs. This was a gift for me from a former co-worker of mine who I met for my birthday, and she gave me this. She knows I love beers. So I'm going to hope that, it's still nice and fresh and still got good hop essence to it. And so, yeah, that's one thing you got to know about beers. Anything with the IPA style, IPA style, it really has to be fresh. It really has to be fresh within, anything past 3 or 4 months, the hops start to fade. And you're just sort of left with the bitterness without the more volatile and interesting hop notes. That said, let's have at it, shall we? 9.7. Oh, and it's fresh. I can already smell it. Sweet. Score! And gave it a fairly vigorous pour. Nice orange-yellow color. Somewhat, mostly clear, a little bit of haze going on. And a fairly thick white head. Hops, hops, and more hops. Definitely getting a lot of mango in this. Pine tree. Hints of floral. See if we can get any of the malt backbone. It looks fairly fizzy for a double. Just getting a slight sense of sweetness for the malts. It's definitely a hop show, as you would expect. Hops in the front, hops in the middle, and hops all the way in the back. It's kind of got a strong boozy element to it. despite it having a lot in the nose, it's actually, the IBUs are sort of overpowering the malt, I'm finding. Just the driest hint of dry crackeriness underneath it. I'm actually one of those people who doesn't mind the sort of stickiness to the malts of a double IPA. I like them, you know my thing, I've hammered it many times before, I like balance. If you're going to go big on the hops, you better go big on the malts too. There's some citrus aspects, very strong grapefruit aspect to the hop finish. And some dankness, but not a whole lot, just a bit of dankness in the mid palate. It's warming up quick because I'm holding it to warm up. And plus I had it about 3-4 minutes out of the refrigerator. I wanted it to get a little bit more warm. And it's getting like pretty boozy as it gets warmer. I'm actually feeling some heat from this. Getting a little bit of tropical fruits on the mid to finish, but it's mostly kind of overpowered by the bitterness. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it has been on the shelf too long. Definitely seems like you know, you're just getting all the IBUs there, and not too much of a malt backbone to it. It's definitely a donkey kick to the head, alcohol-wise, that's for sure. I'm feeling that 9.7 right now. Yeah, you know, cheers for them being an innovator of the style, but I've got to say, you know, I'm just wanting a bit more of a malt backbone to balance out that sort of, you know, IB, you know, that hop atomic bomb that's happening on my tongue right now. It's just so intensely bitter. It's like that cloying bitterness is still on my tongue. It tastes like there's still beer there. But there's just not enough balance for me. And so, Nicole, if you're watching, if you do happen to watch this, I still want to thank you greatly for giving this to me for my birthday. You know, its score has nothing to do with, you know, its review has nothing to do with my thankfulness. I always love having new beer to review, whether it blows me away or not. So thank you again. Will I get this again on my own? You know, maybe I would if I could be guaranteed that it was fresh, you know, or say it was on draft somewhere. I probably would give it a shot, just to see if it's an age issue here that's causing the sort of overbalance of hops, one-dimensionality to it. But otherwise, you know, getting another bomber? Probably not. So, folks, that's your beer review for tonight. Hop Juice Double India Pale Ale. Well, it's definitely hop juice. Just wish it was a bit more than hop juice. So that's your review for tonight, folks. Cheers.